Welcome to MedicalMarijuanaBootcamp.com. I'm Tang.
I'm Chubbs.
And today we're going to answer a common question that we both get a lot. How often should you medicate, and when should you medicate?
And how much?
And how much should you use on each medication?
Gotcha. Me personally, how often? If I wake up at 8 o'clock, I am medicating by 8:15.
Right.
Realistically.
Right.
I'm not trying to brag.
Right.
And then I'm medicating again, 8:45.
Sure.
And probably, if I don't have anything to do, if I'm at the house working on the computer, or if I'm here in the studio or doing something like that,
yeah.
Every half hour.
Yep.
About every half hour. And the session consists of 3 to 4 fat rips out of the piece, something like this.
I mean, how many bowls are you typically packing each time?
One bowl.
One bowl.
Sink it. One bowl.
Got
sink it. One bowl. Sink it.
Yeah. So 3 of those.
Yeah. Sometimes a 4th if it's swaggier.
Sure.
Not necessarily even swaggier. If it's something that's really good, sometimes it's something really good. You just want to smoke that extra bowl just because.
Put the extra layer on top.
Even though you don't need it, it's just so good. You just want to.
Right.
So for me, how often and how much? To be honest, as often as possible, and I'm not going to say as much as possible because that's not even true. As often as possible is true. As much for how much? I'd say probably, like I said, 3 bong hits is realistic. Each bong hit is probably a half gram, 0.4, 0.5, right around there.
These aren't measly bowls.
Yeah, no, they're not huge.
Right.
I've seen someone sink a 1 gram bowl. No, I'm sorry. Scratch that. Half gram is what I saw him sink. So these are probably 0.2, like a quarter of a gram bowl. Quarter of a gram bowl. When you smoke, how much do you smoke?
I typically start smoking around 3 or 4. We usually about 420.
Right.
That's when I like to have the first one. And like you said, about a quarter gram per bowl. I do the bong thing, just like you do, and I do the bubbler thing too, similar.
Yeah, if I have a good bubbler, I'm down with it.
Yeah, and but I usually only do 1 bowl a session, unless unless it's like
And are you trying to get completely ripped every time, or is it just a nice good buzz?
It depends on like what I'm working on at the time. Like if I'm doing something like tedious and repetitive on the computer, that's often you have to do repetitive tasks. Then maybe I'll sink 2 or 3 bowls, and in some indica, just really get at it, or sativa. I typically, like after lunch, a sativa works well. I like to have like a late lunch, like 3 o'clock. So it's like 4:20 about the time. Done with it, so it's kind of perfect.
Right.
Because
Good timing.
The smoke helps you digest the food, and plus the sativa kind of keeps you up for that, so you don't like want to fall asleep after lunch.
I love blazing right after I eat.
Yeah, cigarette smokers will know that after every meal they always have to have a cigarette because it helps them digest.
Right on. I'm Chubbs, MedicalMarijuanaBootcamp.com.
I'm Tag.
Thank you very much.
Peace.